Everybody, this is Carl the Hipster Prepper here, and I've had a number of questions come up about what's a simple, easy way to mount a camera to your bird feeder, or let me back up a little bit. What's a quick, easy way to get great pictures of birds? Now, I've seen a lot of the websites. I've seen a lot of the the little bird forums and the Facebook pages where people have their Nikons and their cameras and their Fujis and all those good cameras. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a Canon camera, and you could definitely take some awesome pictures with a Nikon, but the thing is, a lot of those cameras, they're very costly. They cost a lot, and and there's actually a simpler way, easier way to do it, for people to start out with, or if you just want to take video of your birds. So I'm going to show you a method to mount a camera to a bird feeder or any other structure where birds go near. That would probably cost less than $5. And if you need to get a camera, you can get really inexpensive action cameras online, or Amazon or any place like that. Like the camera I got right here, I think I spent $38 for it. It's a 4K camera. I spent $38 for it. I think it was 3 years ago on a Black Friday sale at Micro Center, a computer store. But you can go on Amazon and find them everywhere. So you see right here, everyone see this? So this right here, here's my little metal stand. There's my camera. Basically, what it is, I think it's called a tie strap. It's in the building section of your home, like a home repair store, like Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or any place like that. So basically, here's what I got. See right here, the camera's mounted there. It's flexible, so I can move it up, I can move it down, I can do all kinds of stuff with it. And basically, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you how to make this thing step by step. It's very simple. The hardest part you got to do is you possibly might need if you have a bolt. I think it's a 3/8 inch bolt that fits into the bottom of a camera mount. If you find a bolt that's too long, you might need to get a hacksaw and trim the bolt down a little bit. And you need to drill a hole to position the camera where you want it. And you got to put a couple screws into the structure you want to observe. So let's see how to do this right now. Hey there, everybody. We're back again. And here's all the parts that are needed to assemble the simplest, I guess, mechanism or contraption to hang a action camera to a bird feeder. Now, the most important thing you're going to need is this item right here. It's called I guess the Home Depot name is called the Simpson Strong Tie, and it's in the building section. And basically what you're going to do is that you're going to, here's an old bird feeder I'm working on, because I think a raccoon or a bear knocked it down, so I'm currently working on this one. So here's what you do. Okay, here's what you need. The most important thing you need is a Simpson Strong Tie. Okay, then you're going to need a bolt. Okay, I think you need a bolt, a 3/8 bolt, a camera mount to the camera, a camera. Like I said, this camera here I use this camera because it's a very inexpensive action camera. I think I bought it for $38 like 2 or 3 years ago. And the reason why I like this one is because it's got a nice fisheye lens, so I can put up very close and it has a very wide field of view. And plus, it's also 4K. I think at 15 or 20 frames a second, or per minute. Where the heck the frames per minute per second, whatever that stuff is, I don't know. But basically, this one here, I just used the 1080 because, like I said, 4K. I mean, you got it 4K. I don't even think YouTube can handle 4K, and most computer screens can. I mean, I think some of the real new computer monitors can handle 4K, and some of the new TVs can handle 4K. So basically, I just go with 1080. That's 1080 at like 30 or 60 frames a minute. That's good because the thing is, the lower the frame rate, the more blurry the video is going to become. So I use something like that. Okay. Need a couple screws because we need to screw this thing to the bird feeder. Couple washers because we have to drill a hole into this, and I'll put a couple washers on here just to make it, you know, just in case the hole's too big. The washers hide a lot of hurt. All right. You need a small because my camera mount. I think this camera mount is a 3/8 inch. That's what a 3/8 inch bolt will fit in there. I think it's 3/8 inch fine thread. I mean, I could be wrong. What I'd suggest you do is take your camera mount into your normal building supply store and just either ask the person in the aisle to help you match it up, or just go find a bolt matched up. You want something probably I'd say probably 1 inch to 1/2 inch. If you have to, what you can do is you can buy a longer bolt and use a hacksaw blade and trim it down. You can do that. You need a drill bit because you need to drill a hole into this piece of metal right here, and you want a drill bit. So basically, this right here, I think it's a 3/8 inch bolt. So I have a 1/4 inch drill bit because, like I said, you want to make the hole so it's big enough for the bolt to go through relatively easy, but you don't make it too big because you don't want the whole because you have a little bit of tolerance there. And like I said, what you can do too is I would also suggest if you make the hole too big, just put some washers on there. Washers hide a lot of hurt. Here's a hacksaw blade in case you need it. I just use this by hand, just because when you're cutting the bolts, you want to do it nice and delicate. Because if you use like a saw, or even if you do it too fast, you could screw up the threads. And last but not least, use a Sharpie. And this right here, I'll show you why I use a Sharpie here in a second. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, first now, first thing you want to do if you can is take some screws and screw this strong tie to your feeder. Now what you could do is if you want to find a direct center, you could actually draw lines from each corner and X marks the spot. And the nice thing about these strong ties, they have these little holes right here that these screws will fit in. I'm just using regular old decking screws. I mean, if the screw points up a little bit, it's not a big deal because this part here is going to be covered by the seed. And the birds, I mean, if there's a little bit of a screw point sticking up, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But like I said, so then screw it in. Okay. Then the next step you want to do is you want to take your camera and you want to turn it on. Okay. And this is kind of important. Come on, camera, turn on here. All right. Now, just while this camera's loading up, these strong ties, I think I paid 69 cents for this one, but they come in lengths from about 1 foot to almost like I think there's one that goes out to 2 foot long. I mean, I don't think you're going to need a 2 foot long length, but if you need it, go for it. So now what you want to do is see the camera here. You want to set this thing up so that how much space we got here. So let me adjust this up a little bit. Come on. Oh shoot. I'm knocking stuff over here. Oh, what am I recording? I need to record. So what you want to do is, and this is something you want to do in the dark actually. So what you want to do is you want to set this up so that you have very good coverage of your feeding location. So right there, that gives me about maybe 1 inch on either side, and that's probably about 1 foot away. And now what you want to do is take your Sharpie and then just put a little dot on it. It doesn't have to be exact. Put a little dot, somewhere like right there, okay? Then take your drill bit, drill a hole, put a hole in there, okay? And then once the hole's in this case right here, I'm just going to use this big hole as an example. And this is an example. If you drill a hole way too big, this will still work. So if you drill a hole too big, put put one washer on one side, and then slide this through. Like I said, if I had two hands, it'd be easier. All right, just get that in there. Come on. All right. put the second washer there. See how it covers the hole up? And then you just thread this on. And you will need two hands because, like I said, you need to secure the bottom part of the I'm not actually going to use both hands with it. But then what you do is you just screw it tight. You can use a wrench on the bottom. You make the bolt nice and tight, and then you got your camera in place. You got your bracket in place. Now what you can do too is that you can actually, this thing's actually flexible, so you can bend it up. So see that? You can bend it. You can bend it down. You can bend it in different locations. So this right here is probably, in my opinion, the cheapest and cleanest way to do this. And with the like I said, the hole's supposed to be right there. If you get one that's way too big and you have too much sticking out, you can do a couple things. Like I said, I usually use my GoPro because the GoPro is a better microphone. I usually use this to do my videos, and then I use this camera here to actually record the actual bird shot or actual bird video, just because it's got the nice fisheye view. And you can actually put up different holes for different cameras. You can put multiple mounts on there. And like I said, I mean, I've seen those people on those bird Facebook pages and those bird things, you got those people saying, "Hey, I got my $1,200 Nikon camera with a $1,500 big ass lens," and I'm like, you don't need that stuff. What I would do is just go with an inexpensive action camera. Put on the bird feeder. Actually, I guess my battery's going to die there. And just put on there, press record, and walk away. Because I could record an hour of video with one battery with this, and that's a lot of video. Yeah, that's a lot of bird stuff. And you can also do too is that it means this thing is magnetic. I've actually stuck my my Nest camera on here. Basically, I stick the Nest on there, the Nest camera, and I put a battery bank. And I just put the battery bank and just kind of zip tie it to the end here. Just run a USB cord, and you could go all day and watch the birds on a surveillance camera. And you can even set up probably a smaller security camera. Like I said, the only thing with the Nest and an Arlo camera would work because Arlos are good for outdoor. The Nest camera, a lot of those Nest cameras, you can't use in the rain, so don't be careful with them out in the rain, so it'll be all messed up. But like I said, the Simpson Strong Tie, just put the Simpson Strong Tie, secure this to a bird feeder, and just drilling a hole and put it in place. This is the simplest and cleanest way to do this stuff. I mean, I've tried all different methods to record the birds, and this is the simplest way possible. These Simpson Strong Ties, and like I said, Lowe's and Menards and whatever building supply store, 84 Lumber, whatever ones they have in the area. I can't, you can do. There might be different names for these things, but basically all it is just a long strip of metal. And it's stainless steel, so it won't rust. It's bendable. And plus, if you don't like the color, if it's if you don't like the silver or this color here, the metallic looking color, you can paint it. I mean, you can paint it to match your bird feeder. Just put a little spray paint on it. And like I said, these things range from about 50 cents up to about $2. And and like I said, I mean, it's inexpensive. It's the cheapest way to do it, because I've seen things online where people sell these contraptions to mount cameras for bird recording. I've seen them cost as much as $50, $60, $100, and it's totally not needed. Because like I said, I'm your hipster prepper here. Not only, like I said, I do things that are the best, but I also do stuff that's inexpensive, because like I said, it's I like to watch my birds, but you gotta watch your birds on a budget. And this right here, this whole thing right here, including the camera, you could buy the camera for about, I don't know, you can go on Amazon and get one for $30, $40. You can get an extra battery, for about $10. It probably cost about $10, $15 for a memory card. And then the Simpson Strong Tie is about, between $1 to $2. Screws, a bolt. This bolt's probably, I don't know, 50 cents. Usually when you buy the camera, it comes with a camera mount. That'll come with it. A drill bit, you know, if you have to get one of those at the store, you're probably talking $3, $4. And you probably want to get a good one because this is some stainless steel, so it is a little tough. And a drill. I mean, if you have to buy a drill, you can get a cheap one at like someplace like Harbor Freight or even Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get one for like $20, $30. But like I said, most of the stuff you should have it laying around. And this mount right here is awesome. Doesn't mess around. This is the best thing I've used. But anyways, let me know how this works, and have fun watching the birds. Carl the Hipster Prepper, out.